Buying in the right neighborhood will be the most important decision of your home buying journey. Here's what I mean. You can renovate a home where you can improve the kitchen, add a room, add a basement suite, but you can't renovate the neighborhood you live in. When you buy a home in the wrong neighborhood or location, it'll be an area with high property crime, a lot of redevelopment happening nearby, and even worse, an area that you don't feel comfortable letting your kids play outdoors. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 neighborhoods I would be comfortable buying a home for my family in. Stick around till the very end because I'm going to share one practical tip that will help determine if this is the right neighborhood for you. Let's dive in. Let's start here. One of my favorite neighborhoods here in Abbotsford is Augustin. It's located past Ledgeview Golf Course right off of McKee Road. The type of demographics that you'll find living here include a lot of professionals ranging from police officers, teachers, nurses, doctors, and the list goes on. The type of housing you'll find here ranges from mostly detached homes, and there is a townhome complex here as well. So if you look at the screen, this is where Augustin is located. The only downside of living in this area is you're away from a lot of amenities like grocery stores, fast food places, restaurants, and even from here, if you were to drive down to Wacom to go get groceries or even pick up dinner, you're probably looking at a 8 to 9 minute drive. One of my favorite parts about Augustin is just how family and kid friendly it is. The type of people that you'll find living here are folks with young families or people that have lived here for the past 15 or 20 years that are done raising their families and now are empty nesters. On the left here is the townhouse complex that I was talking about, and prices for townhomes in here range from $650,000 to up to $800,000 for the bigger units. And detached homes here range from anywhere between $1,050,000 to $1.2 million. One of my favorite parts about this neighborhood is around festivities time during Christmas holidays or even during Halloween, you'll find a lot of families out and about trick-or-treating, and these are things that you don't see in other neighborhoods across Abbotsford. Even though I wanted to walk you through the top 5 neighborhoods, it would be wrong of me not to highlight some of the cons living here. The first one is the only school close by is an elementary school, which is Augustin Elementary, which goes from kindergarten to grade 5. The other thing is, if your children are school age of middle school or high school, the nearest middle and high school would be Robert Bateman Secondary or Old Claiborne Middle. So in order to drop your kids off, you would need a car or they would have to look into taking a bus. And the other obvious negative is there's not many nearby amenities. You don't have a gym, you don't have a grocery store or restaurant, but a lot of people that move here understand that. And the biggest benefit about living here is you live in a family-friendly and more importantly in a safe neighborhood. So if you have a young family and you want to live in a neighborhood surrounded by other folks like you with small children, this is probably one of the best neighborhoods in town. The other negative is the homes in this area sometimes are built on lot sizes ranging around 3 to 3,500 square feet. So meaning there's not much parking, and you'll find there can be an issue of a lot of street parking here in the evening time. The second neighborhood I want to talk to you about is the Upper Ten Oaks. This is right past Wacom Road and by the Ledgeview Golf Course. And the type of housing you'll find here ranges from townhomes and detached homes. And the nice thing about this area in particular is the homes are located on bigger lots. So the typical lot size for homes in this neighborhood range anywhere between 5 to 6,000 square feet on average. And typically the homes that are built here start from the early 1990s and onwards. The townhomes in this area range from $750,000 to $800,000 plus, and the detached homes in this area range between $1.1 to $1.2 million and over. The drawback for this neighborhood is the same one that occurs with Augustin, that you are further away from an elementary, middle, high school. So if you have kids of school age, you would be responsible for the drop-offs and pickups, unless they're taking a bus. Moving on to number 3. This is another favorite of mine, and that is the Sandy Hill area. In Sandy Hill, you'll find another neighborhood that's family and kid friendly. And another beautiful part about living in this neighborhood neighborhood is you are actually a lot closer to all three levels of schools. So right here, Sandy Hill Elementary is an elementary school that goes from kindergarten to grade 5, and it's also a French immersion. But you're also close by to the Claiborne Middle and Robert Bateman Secondary. And also for those folks that are looking to go through private school options, there are a couple of private schools nearby as well. So the thing that I like about Sandy Hill the most is the demographics that live here. The types of people that you'll find living here are professionals with small children, and the type of folks you'll find living here are cops, teachers, lawyers, and young professionals. And the type of housing that you'll find mostly around Sandy Hill is detached homes. The prices for this home range anywhere between $950 for older homes that are 35 to 40 years old, and up to $1.1 million for those homes that are built in the early 90s. Another beautiful part about living in Sandy Hill is the lot sizes for these homes are actually a lot bigger in comparison to Augustin. Some of the lots are flat and they're actually located in cul-de-sacs, which means you can set up a hockey net, basketball hoop, and the list goes on. But not only that, but when you live on certain streets like Cave Court, you have homes that offer great views from the backyard or even your patio or balcony. The next neighborhood is the Macmillan area. The Macmillan neighborhood is located by Yale Secondary and the Abbotsford Recreation Center around Old Yale Road and Macmillan Road. And the neighborhoods that I want to focus on is near the development of Cooper Meadows. So the types of homes that you'll find here again are townhomes and detached homes. And the nice thing about the Macmillan area is the proximity that you have, and you're right by all three levels of schools, parks, recreation, shopping, and for those folks that commute to work, you're not that far off from Highway 1. Not only that, but you'll find great neighborhoods connected to McCabe, McLeod, McNabb, and McBride here, and even Glen Shiel, which you can find homes in quiet pockets that you can't find in other areas of Abbotsford. The types of demographics that you'll find here again are folks that have owned their homes for 30 plus years. But the funny thing is when you talk to a lot of the homeowners now and you ask them, hey, what's been the biggest change? They'll say there's a lot of younger families with children moving into the neighborhood. Other thing is you're close to beautiful parks and trails. Right now, for detached homes in this area, you're probably looking at a purchase price of anywhere between $950 to $1.1 million. And if you want a home built in the late 90s, you're probably looking at closer to $1.1 million, if not more. And if you want to focus on other great neighborhoods with bigger lots and nicer homes, then you do have homes that you can find in neighborhoods like Orchard Drive, Oak Hill Drive, Champlain Crescent, Everett, and the list goes on. The fifth neighborhood I want to focus on is the Mountain Drive area. It's located right off of the Wacom area, but the nice thing is you have a couple of access points. You can access it off of Old Yale by driving off Marshall, and this is a neighborhood that I want to talk about. One of my favorite things about this neighborhood is it's another quiet little gem that offers a beautiful quiet area, but also an area where you have an elementary school located by, and the elementary school in this area is Mountain Elementary. And you have nice homes located on relatively large lots ranging from anywhere between 5,000 square feet to bigger. And some of the homes do have flat backyards, which is a bonus, which at times can be hard to find here in Abbotsford. So right here, you have another quiet block right here off of Eagle Crest. And the types of homes that you'll find in this area are mostly detached homes. And one of my favorite parts about this area is if you own a home in the right part, you get beautiful views of Mount Baker, Abbotsford, and the Valley. Home prices for homes in this area range from $1,050,000 to 1.1 plus. The types of demographics here include people that have owned a home here for 20 to 30 plus years. And now the people that are moving in are families with small children. Other neighborhoods that I would consider buying a home here in Abbotsford and would recommend to my clients is the Lower 10 Oaks area near Dr. Thomas Swift Elementary, Eagle Mountain, and the Highlands. Remember at the beginning of the video, I said I would share one tip with you that would help determine if this is the right neighborhood for you. Here it is. If you're looking to buy a townhome or a detached home here in East Abbotsford, one of the best things that you can do to get a feel for the neighborhood is spending an afternoon at the local by parks. And here's what I mean. If you spend an afternoon going to the local parks, coffee shops, nearby amenities. Here's the beautiful thing. When you run into these folks, you can ask them all the reasons for why they love living there or the reasons why they hate. And more importantly, you can ask them the question, is it worth living here? The information these local neighborhood folks will tell you is inside information that you can't get from anywhere else. The second part is drive around the neighborhood at nighttime. You'll get a feel for how the neighborhood is at nighttime, how busy or tight the roads get at nighttime with all the cars parked on the road. And more importantly, you'll see if the neighborhood is safe or are there things in that neighborhood that need to be worrisome about, or it will help determine if you need to avoid that area overall. If you're a young family looking to upgrade to your dream townhome or detached home here in East Abbotsford, buying in the right neighborhood is very important. But you won't find that information from your Uncle Joe or your aunt that's a realtor. You want to work with a local realtor that works here in East Abbotsford, and you want to work with someone that can help guide you buying the right home and more importantly in the right neighborhood. Besides buying a home in the right neighborhood, you need to make sure you buy the right home. That's why you need to watch my next video, because I'll walk you through the types of homes that you don't want to be buying right now. Drop a comment and let me know your favorite neighborhoods here in Abbotsford and East Abbotsford. I'm Gary Dhindsa, and I'll see you on the other side.